Well, chapters 1 and 2 of this Diecast racing tournament have been absolutely incredible. I had no idea that you were into diecast racing.
I never joke around about my comics, and as far as diecast racing goes, I'm the biggest fan out there.
Speaking of that, where is the comic book?
That's odd. I just had it here somewhere.
Batman?
You've got to be kidding me. The spaceman and his elf swiped it.
Halt, spaceman. I am Optimus Prime, and I demand that you surrender the comic. That comic holds the location of the rare earth mineral tungsten, vital for our survival on Cybertron.
I really wish you people would stop calling me that. If you want the comic, you're gonna have to come and take it.
Autobots, transform!
Before we get too excited, let's go ahead and introduce you to our drivers. First up, we have Numbskull driving in the Skyline R34 for Team Night Kids. Then we have Mr. Darq driving in the Sylvia S13 for Acuna Speedstars.
Mr. Darq, that's my kind of guy.
Then we have Rasun driving in the white Mazda RX-7 for Team Impact Blue.
That car looks like it's straight out of the comics.
And last but not least, we have Dretty driving that Nissan 300ZX for Red Suns.
This showdown at the peak is definitely worth watching.
Starting lap number 1 for Group 3, sitting in the pole position in that white RX-7 is Rasun driving for Team Impact Blue. Drivers off the line, Numbskull already out to an early lead. Can Rasun close the gap? Through the turn, into the merge, Rasun falls short, Numbskull takes first. Mr. Darq getting squirrely in the back. Out of the 270 turn, Rasun closing the gap with Dretty right on his tail. These three drivers fighting for first. First place, Numbskull. Second place, Rasun. Third place, Dretty. And fourth place, Mr. Darq.
That's an impressive track time. Tell me more about this Numbskull.
Where do I start? He's one of the best when it comes to diecast racing. 37 podium wins and 15 career first place finishes. This guy is unstoppable.
There's more to him than meets the eye. And his car? What is it made of?
If you're wondering if it's made of tungsten, it's not. It's made of a blend of different metal alloys.
Well, that's unfortunate. I thought we could do some harvesting.
Hey man, those are the secrets of the Numbskull. Making our way into lap number 2, sitting in the pole position in that teal 300ZX is Dretty, driving for Team Red Suns. Rasun trying to take his early lead, Dretty closing that gap. Dretty making the pass through the tunnel, into the merge, Dretty secures his pole position, Rasun challenging. Mr. Darq getting sideways, losing a lot of speed. Dretty increasing his lead, Rasun following, and Numbskull trying to keep pace. First place Dretty, second place Rasun, third place Numbskull. And Mr. Darq is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Darq suffered terrible defeat at the hands of his opponents.
Mr. Darq defeated himself.
Now, I'm gonna have to agree with the Mandalorian. I mean, Mr. Darq was in last place. I don't know if he blew a tire, but check him out there. He gets sideways and then he just stalls out right in the middle of the track.
He suffered losses, but he's not lost the war.
Yeah, but with 1 point, I don't know if Mr. Darq is gonna be able to pull this off. And as we move into lap number 3, sitting in the pole position in that teal Sylvia S13 is Mr. Darq, driving for Team Acuna Speedstars. Drivers off the line. As usual, the far lane getting a slight advantage. Mr. Darq trying to close that gap to regain the pole. Dretty into the merge, takes first place, stealing away from Mr. Darq. Rasun following behind the group. Out of the 270, the three drivers stay nice and tight. Dretty still holding on. Mr. Darq pushing. First place Dretty, second place Mr. Darq, third place Numbskull, and fourth place Rasun.
It's time I've met this Numbskull face to face.
Are you sure you don't want Dretty? He's currently the point leader.
I have no business with the Mafia. My bounty is for one and only one.
This bounty on Numbskull? Does it have anything to do with Ted?
This is the way.
I wonder if Ted will ever return from his walkabout. I guess we'll see. Moving into our fourth and final lap, sitting in the pole position in that dark purple Skyline R34 is Numbskull, driving for Team Night Kids. Drivers making their way down the mountain, desperate for points. Mr. Darq trying to push ahead. Numbskull closing that gap, reclaiming the pole position. Into the merge, he secures first place. Mr. Darq getting sideways, causing total chaos for the other two drivers. Uncontested, Numbskull blazing a path all the way to the finish. First place, Numbskull. And do we have a second, third, or fourth place? Second goes to Mr. Darq. And trickling in, Dretty for third, and fourth place, Rasun.
I too would like to meet this Numbskull. It's evident he knows the location of the rare earth mineral tungsten.
He'll be under a slab of carbonite before you get the chance.
Is that a challenge? I'll stop at nothing to liberate Cybertron.
Come and take it, Tin Man.
Whoa, let's take it down a notch. How about we finish out the tournament and then we can discuss the fate of Numbskull?
This is the way.
Well, the final scores are in, and Numbskull and Dretty tie with 14 points, Rasun with 8, and Mr. Darq with 7. We have one more group to go before we see the first set of eliminations in this tournament. So don't go away, stick around. We have more Diecast racing right here at Epvideos.